Strong review signals not only help boost a website's organic performance but also increases the CTR and conversions by a significant proportion. But what are the best strategies to actually get more reviews and optimize for them, especially in the age of AI? In this video, we're going to cover it all. Welcome to Keywords Everywhere. My name is Naomi Vyas. I'm a seasoned SEO specialist for over 5 years now. It's been a while, but in this video, I'm going to share some amazing strategies on how you can not only improve your review quantity, but also the quality. Because in this current search landscape, with the massive difference in the algorithms with Google and also different LLMs, the number of reviews you have don't really matter, but the velocity, the frequency, and the quality of reviews you get matter more than ever. And I'm going to explain why in this video. But before we get started with the video, let me also share that this is the very last video of the restaurant SEO series. For those that are new here, we have been talking about restaurant SEO for quite a while now, covering everything from keyword research to on-page optimization, technical audit, AI audit, and so much more. So if you have a restaurant business or you are a SEO specialist of a restaurant business, you should definitely watch all our videos, because let me tell you, the knowledge is going to definitely help your business a lot, or your client's business. So do check that out. And in this video, we're going to talk about how to optimize your reviews for your restaurant business. Anyways, before any further ado, let's get started. Before we get on to the actual strategies that can help improve your restaurant's review performance, let's quickly touch base on why reviews are important. And some of you might be like, Naomi, that's a pretty given. You don't need to explain that to us. But I know so many businesses that don't understand how crucial reviews are and why we should emphasize on not just the number of reviews but also the quality of it, right? So quickly touching base on why it's important. 89% of customers check online reviews before making decisions, and I think that's such a natural human tendency. I'm pretty sure even you or me would go to any restaurant based on how popular it is, or how many reviews are there. Like if we see that this restaurant has 1 star rating and everyone is saying horrible things about it, you would not want to go there. Based on psychology as well, we want to avoid risks, right? So we would never want to purchase from a place that doesn't have any reviews, unless you really know the business or the product. But we tend to naturally gravitate towards businesses that are trusted by others. And also in terms of the traffic, businesses ranked in 1 to 3 in Google local 3 pack on 126% more customer traffic, and it also boosts conversions by 44%. Now the thing is, to even be in the top 3 of Google's local pack, of course multiple factors do matter, like the relevancy of your business to the keyword and so many other things. But if you don't have good reviews, or let's say not very established and trusted, you won't be in the top 3. So having good review signals also impacts your ranking in those 3 positions. Based on this stat, and the source is Wise Review, they have shared that 73% of consumers trust reviews written in the last month. I think it's something when I do. I go to the category of the newest section in the reviews before I go to any restaurant to check how many frequent reviews they get, and based on that I go, because I don't want to go to a restaurant that had the review last written in last year. It feels like it's something shady, like why don't they have any recent reviews. So make sure that while you build your reviews, you don't just stop working on it. It's an ongoing process. But anyways, there's so much data about it over here, how it improves conversion and how it's an important trust factor for users, Google search engines, and also LLMs. But an important point here by White Spark survey in the local search ranking factors shows that reviews accounted for approximately 20% in terms of their influence in ranking the local business profiles. But anyways, those are the data points. You should definitely have a look at it if you want to understand why reviews are truly important. But before any further ado, let's get started with how these strategies can help your restaurant business in improving its quality and quantity. Starting off, let's understand how you can make your review collection more frictionless, how it can be an easier process. And I think whenever you try to think about strategies when it comes to this, you should always think about in the customer point of view. If you put yourself in the shoes of a customer, what can you do as a business owner to make sure that the customer can give you a review in the most easiest way possible? Let's get started with the first one, and that is to provide incentives. I think it's a given. A lot of businesses naturally do that, but there are so many ways that you can incentivize the customer to give your restaurant a review, and that is either by giving them a discount, a coupon, or a free meal, or a buy one get one, or whatever is there within your scope and your budget. Because in terms of customer psychology, when there is something like free or something that the customer can get the benefit out of by doing something that is effortless, like just giving a review, the chances of them giving a review are much more higher. There are so many articles and journals that showcases the psychology where there's this effect of reciprocity that customers genuinely tend to have, that if you're providing something to them, they want to give you something in return as a showcase of appreciation. And I find that very fascinating, and that can definitely be seen. And also in this last point, and I wanted to connect those two, I should have made that close, but anyways. But also, when I have noticed, like when I go to restaurants, I love going to restaurants. I'm a big foodie, but whenever I meet staff, like the waitresses or the waiters that are so sweet to you, they are kind and constantly offering you help, and they give you, maybe also another thing is that when you give like something free as a complimentary, like either a popcorn, or when I go to like Indian restaurants, they give you free papad or something like that, you just feel like you want to give back and show them that you're thankful for it. And the concept of reciprocity is very important psychologically when you do that towards the customers. So try to inculcate that, like incentives, and having staff members that are trained to genuinely help the customers out and are there to always be there and provide that kindness to the customers. There are so many points where I just wanted to make it concise and short, but QR codes are also very easy to just give a quick review. Whenever I go to restaurants, I see they keep a small QR code in the tables where the customer is eating, that they can give them a quick review, and it's like effortless. I'm anyways sitting in the table, I can just give a quick review if I find the food good and if the I find the staff helpful. And you can also have like a CTA in that QR code saying that give us a review and get a free drink right now, or something like that. So I think you would see like a much higher conversion through that. And also, yeah, automated SMS, email follow-ups. If you have a database, if you're using any reservation softwares, where you collect the customer's data, you can also use that data source to get back to the customers and check with them that if they like the food and if they can give the business a quick review. Well, let's take a look at how you can optimize for local SEO. I think the very important point, which is the first one here, is to make sure that you prompt the customers for specific keywords that you want to target. And I know you can't just do that with all the customers, like, hey, add all these keywords. It is inauthentic, right? But what you can do is to just ask them if they found this restaurant the best in the area. They could add that specific, you know, attribution in the review. Because something that I've noticed in the search landscape is that when a customer adds a specific keyword in the search engines, like best restaurants in San Francisco, you can actually see the reviews, like the snippet of the review showing that this is the best restaurant in San Francisco or the best Italian restaurant. And having those keywords in your reviews matter a lot, because then the search bots can sort of see those signals and match to the queries of what the customer is looking for. And this is a practice that I even inculcated for one of my clients. They had a nursery business, and we had strategically requested the customers to add that specific query of best nursery in Dubai, etc., whichever the location is. And we saw an uptick in the performance because then the signal sort of matched to what the customer was looking for. So this is something you can definitely try. Secondly, make sure you respond quickly within 24 to 72 hours. And when you get negative reviews, make sure you reply to them too. So like when you handle negative reviews, make sure you're empathetic, you provide a solution, or you make sure that they get back to you to solve any grievance that they have. And coming back to the similar point that I was talking about is that even like when you respond to the customers, make sure you also add the keywords. I've given you an example over here. Of course, if any customer has not like written any review but just given you 5-star ratings, don't reply to that with the keyword because that looks inauthentic. But if a customer has generally written a good review and has mentioned your restaurant with its like special dishes, you can take the advantage of adding the keywords within that response. And coming to the last point, review signals are very important. And what I mean by review signals is not just the quantity of it, but also the velocity, the frequency, and the diversity of those keywords. And that makes up to 20% of Google's local pack ranking weight. If you want to find more details on that, this article covers it. But to give you a gist, firstly, make sure that you get frequent reviews. Let's say in a week, at least aim for 3 or 4 reviews. That shows that your business is very active, customers are actively reviewing your restaurant. Secondly, make sure there's a diversity of reviews you get where there are different keywords that are being targeted, there are different attributes that are spoken about, whether it be the menu, whether it be the ambience, whether it be the staff, whether it be, what do you say, the seating arrangement, or any activities or events that your business or your restaurant is conducting. Make sure all those attributes are also like targeted with frequency. Second, diversity. Third is make sure that you also have good quantity of reviews. You should have a benchmark of CTR of how many of those customers should at least convert into like giving us reviews. Now let's say that you have gotten the reviews, how do you showcase them to make sure that your business is credible? And also, how do you optimize for AI? Because just getting reviews are not enough. You need to also adjust and modify the way the reviews are presented so that it can be cited by AI. Of course, a lot of businesses showcase their reviews on the website. It's a very common practice. But for those that are not doing that, please do, because that's a great way to increase the credibility and trust by the customers, and that also improves your conversions if you have trust signals like reviews on your website. Make sure you also have review schema, okay? For AI cannot read JavaScript, guys, so please make sure that your reviews are in HTML. Next is that you can also showcase your reviews across directories over there as well. Like the more reviews you have present in different directories and customers see that, it increases the chances of conversions. Lastly, it's important to focus on sentiment density across your reviews, because that's very important when it comes to natural language processing models like different AI search engines. Now, to explain this in simple terms, sentiment density basically measures how heavily emotional, opinionated, or subjective language is packed into a piece of text. So if your reviews are very generic, objective, and just like a basic review, like, okay, the food was good, like that doesn't give much weightage where it comes to AI to cite your website. Last but not the least, let's get into establishing multi-platform consensus. Also, I look like I'm in a haunted room right now, but I promise it's just getting dark here. I'm not a ghost, okay? Make sure you diversify your presence when it comes to reviews. Just focusing on Google My Business doesn't really help in the long run. Make sure you target different platforms like Glassdoor, maybe for the reviews that your employees provide towards the organization, or Trustpilot is another great platform to get reviews. Having reviews across different directories also help a lot. Make sure also your reviews match your menu. That's also a great way. You can also target those specific keywords. Last but not the least, make sure you also highlight your unique selling propositions or unique value propositions. And I've said this before, but LLMs really value uniqueness, whether it be in your content or whether it be in the products that your business is providing or the menu that your business is providing. Make sure you highlight that, because that also provides an extra opportunity for LLMs to cite your business and for your restaurant to stand out in the face of other competitors. But that was the end of this video and the end of this series. It was very fun recording this. If you find this helpful and informative, make sure you also like and subscribe. It's getting so much darker right now. I look like a ghost. But before I head out, I do want to mention that we are going to have more such unique businesses that will be targeting and having series under them. So do stay tuned for that, because the next niche that we're going to target is going to be very interesting. It might just be something that you'll be interested in, or you know someone would be interested in. But if you have any questions, you can comment down below or get in touch with me. But thank you so much for watching this video. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.